there, youth workers. Welcome. Glad you're checking in today. I almost said welcome to student ministry today, but that's not what we're calling this anymore. But I am here, and I'm checking in, and here's why. So I am in Western PA, and much like our area and states like ours, we are under a severe weather advisory and warning due to cold and falling temperatures. Right now, I just got in my car. It's 12:28 p.m. and it is 2 degrees according to my car's thermometer, reading the outside temperature. 2 degrees. Now, I know there are people that are way colder than 2 degrees, and for us, oh wait, it just dropped to 1 degree. No lie. Let me see if I can get this here for you. 1 degree. I don't know if you can see that. 1 degree. It's cold. Wind chills, they are saying, are in the negatives. Negative teens to the negative 20s. It's cold. Here's why I'm vlogging today. Because this cold has forced the shutdown, as many of you have experienced, of schools, businesses, stores, colleges, government stuff. Like, it's putting everybody in almost I don't know, shutting everything down. That's basically what it is. It's shutting everything down to the point that even here in our youth ministry, we have shut some stuff down. In fact, for today, I don't think there's anything happening at our church. But here's what I'm thinking. Here's what today's question is. I want to know, what does it take for you to cancel youth group due to inclement weather? Whether it's snowfall, whether it's heavy thunderstorms, flooding, heavy winds, extremely low temperatures. What is it that, what's your standard? What's your policy? What does the weather have to do to get you to cancel your youth group functions? I want to share mine, and then I want to hear yours. And you can do that either by leaving a comment below or recording yourself and adding that below. But here's what we do. So we generally stick with whatever the school district does. If our local school district cancels school due to snow or inclement weather, then we cancel. And we do that thinking, boy, if the school district doesn't want to bring kids out in weather conditions as they are, then why should we? It's not worth putting anybody at risk if we don't need to. So if school closes due to snow or whatever, and it's a snow day or a cold day, we cancel our youth group activities. And so all activities are just, we're done. No youth group. If school is let out early because of weather, then we too cancel whatever those evening activities are going to be. And then for things that fall on weekends when the school's not in session, what we do is we watch the weather forecast. We get on the radars, we look at the different projections, we try to gather information about what the weather's going to do. And then we will consider what's happening in our area. So we'll actually go out. Sometimes I've actually gotten in the car and I've driven around a little bit just to see how roads are. Or I've gone outside and I've experienced what the weather's doing. And then I will call my leadership team and a few parents, and I'll bring them into the discussion, and we'll talk about the conditions, and we'll make a decision together as a group with my leaders and some parents, whether we're going to cancel, whether we're going to hold our activity. And our deadline, our goal is, if we're going to cancel something or postpone something or delay something, our arrangement with our parents is that we will do it 1 hour prior to the event. That way we're making a wise decision, with enough time to notify everybody. The last thing we want to do is do a last minute decision and find out that a bunch of people are already on the road, and then they get to the church only to find out it's canceled. That just makes parents angry and makes people upset. So we try to give an hour advance notice to those things. And sometimes we've done that and nothing's happened, and sometimes we've done that and major snowfall has come. So it's one of those things you gotta risk. Now, why the policy? One is we've actually created it to be an official policy. Like on our website, we have a winter weather policy, and we update it every year just to make sure that it's current and accurate. And basically, it's a statement from our student ministry that says, in the events of these things, here's what you can expect. And we outline, the number of reasons for why something would be canceled or where to look for information. And it's just super easy for if the school district is closed, then we are closed. It makes it really, really easy. On the weekends or when the school district's not closed and other things happen, those are case by case. But having that policy is the guidelines for us to actually make those determinations. That way we're not doing anything willy-nilly, it just makes sense that way. And parents are notified and they know. Now, why? Why is it important for me to have some type of a statement or a policy or a plan for inclement weather? Well, early in my ministry, I worked for an organization that hosted an event. It was a basketball tournament. And it was scheduled for a Saturday, and on this particular Saturday we had a significant snowstorm roll into the area, and significant enough that it made travel kind of treacherous. And the organization I was a part of was a camp, and it sat at the top of a hill that often had to deal with not just the snowfall but snow drifting because of wind. And so early in the morning, the snow had already been snowing through the night. Our own camp roads were not real good to travel, although we were going to plow them. And at the time of the event, we had already plowed. But I went to our director and really encouraged him to cancel. I mean, it was just a basketball tournament. It was nothing that we couldn't reschedule for the following weekend or for a couple weekends away. And so I encouraged him, it's just not worth it. Let's not bring people out. But he insisted on doing it. And so the activity happened. I mean, well, it didn't happen, but it was scheduled to happen. The problem was that one of the teams, which was comprised of a number of students from the community, were trying to make their way to the camp to participate in the tournament, only to have the vehicle go off the road into a snow ditch and cause some damage. Now, fortunately, students weren't injured, and that's important for me to say. The students that were traveling were not injured, but there was some damage to the car, and it was a scary situation. From that experience, it has just been my kind of knee-jerk reaction that if there is weather, inclement, hazardous, treacherous, potentially hazardous or treacherous, my knee-jerk reaction is to cancel or postpone. And that just comes from that experience of saying, what, there's nothing that I do in our student ministry that is that vital or important that I need to risk somebody's well-being to come out so they can simply say, we made it to youth group. So that experience has just kind of put me in a place where it's safer to cancel things or reschedule things instead of risking family, risking students, risking vehicle damage or other, kind of property damage. It's just not worth it. So that was a big moment for me. The second reason I do this is I worked in EMS for a long, long time, responding to 911 incidents, various accidents, house fires, whatever. And a number of those things happened in seasons and times when there was inclement weather. And the accidents, the situations, they could have been prevented had the people just stayed home. Now, in some cases you can't stay home, but in many cases you can. And so for me, youth group is one of those times where you can stay home. And so that's just kind of what I do. I don't want to risk somebody coming out to something that, should have been postponed or should have been canceled. So, what are your winter weather policies? What do you do in the event of cold weather, in the event of snow, in the event of horrendous storms? What do you do to keep your students safe? Love to hear those. Put them in the comments below. I gotta go. See you next time. Stay warm, stay home, stay safe. Thanks for watching. Bye.